A passive person won't even complete a project, but a passionate person makes good use of his time, wealth, and energy. This is from Proverbs 12:27 in the Passion Translation. I read this verse just yesterday, and I was just doing my daily Bible reading time, and I really liked that verse, or I liked the way it was phrased in this particular translation. And I thought to myself, this is really a different take on passion. Passion we may be tempted to think of as just an emotion or an expression. But I think really what's being indicated in this verse is that passion is what motivates us. And, anything that God requires us to do, it's going to take passion to complete it. I'm not talking about just an emotional response, but this is the driving force that keeps us moving, even when the chips may be down or maybe when the chips appear to be down. So it's really about learning to cultivate faithfulness while feeding on God's faithfulness. And if you live long enough and walk with God long enough, there's going to be times when you can tell you're progressing in your walk with God. And you can see that you're being faithful with what He's putting in front of you. And there's a good chance that there may be other times when you may feel like you're barely hanging on. And you will have to develop your dependence on God and trust that He will hold you up. Now, that happens to be the season that I'm in right now. And there's been lots of moments where I felt like I'm barely hanging on. But regardless of whether your passion is waxing or it's waning, God will see you through. The important thing to remember is not to unhitch from God when you're doing well or even if you're struggling. If you're doing well, you want to praise God for His goodness and acknowledge that it's His grace that's enabling you to succeed. But if you're struggling to move forward, this is the time to find patience. Humble yourself before God. Ask God for help. Ask people for help. Learn something new. See what God is teaching you. This is a time to develop your testimonies and know that God's going to give you some testimonies during some tough times. It's also a good time to strategize for the future. Find what keeps you excited about God and develop some momentum. And keep in mind that what you plant in this season is what will produce harvest in the next.